The most beautiful object in your home should not have to live in a box because you are afraid of touching it. Handmade glass is meant to be noticed, enjoyed, and when the piece is designed for it, used. The secret is not treating it as untouchable. The secret is learning a few gentle habits that respect how it was made. Welcome to Stories Made by Hand, a Glassbound Ink podcast about books, handmade art, imagination, and the stories we bring into everyday life. I'm Lori Collins. This program uses AI-assisted production, including an authorized digital version of my voice and a warm secondary AI voice. The experiences, opinions, writing, and creative direction come from me and from the work behind Glassbound Ink. Lori, do people sometimes hesitate to enjoy handmade glass because they are worried about damaging it? Absolutely. A handmade piece can feel precious because no two are exactly alike. That feeling is part of its value, but it can also make an owner overly cautious. I would rather see a piece thoughtfully displayed or gently used than hidden away and forgotten. Care should help an object participate in your life. It should not remove the object from your life. The first habit is to learn what your particular piece was made to do. A decorative panel, a small dish, an ornament, and a serving piece may all be made of glass. But that does not mean they share the same purpose or care instructions. When a maker provides instructions, those instructions come first. Ask whether the piece is decorative or functional, whether it is intended for food, and whether hand washing is recommended. If you are uncertain, choose the gentler option until you can ask. That small conversation is one advantage of buying handmade. You are not only receiving an object, you can often learn how the maker intended it to live. So the label glass does not automatically tell us everything? Exactly. Handmade is not one universal material category. The design, surface treatment, shape, attachments, and intended use all matter. The second habit is to support the piece, not its most delicate detail. When you move a bowl or dish, use two hands when practical, and support it from underneath. When you move a hanging or standing piece, notice which parts carry the weight and which parts are decorative. A leaf, narrow point, raised accent, or ornamental edge may look like a convenient handle, but it may not have been designed to bear the whole piece. Before lifting anything, clear the destination. Open the cabinet first, move the lamp first. Make sure the hook is ready first. Most accidents happen during the awkward moment when one hand is holding the object and the other is trying to solve the room. That sounds less like a special glass rule and more like slowing down. It is. Care often begins with giving an object your full attention for 10 seconds. The third habit is gentle cleaning. Dust can soften the sparkle of a display piece, and fingerprints can change the way light moves across a surface. Often a soft, clean cloth is enough for routine care. For a piece that needs washing, follow the maker's directions. In the absence of specific instructions, avoid sudden temperature changes, harsh abrasives, and anything that could scratch or stress a delicate surface. Wash gently, support the piece securely, and dry it with a soft cloth rather than leaving it where it can be bumped. And remember, a textured surface may hold moisture in small places. Give it time to dry completely before returning it to a stand, cabinet, or storage wrap. What about the dishwasher? Do not assume. Some makers may approve it for particular functional pieces, while others recommend hand washing. The safest answer is the answer for that exact piece, not a rule borrowed from a different object. The fourth habit is choosing a display location that is beautiful and practical. We talked last week about how light changes color. Today, add one more question. What happens around the piece? A quiet shelf may be safer than the corner of a crowded table. A secure stand is more useful than a dramatic angle that wobbles. A hanging piece needs hardware and placement suited to its weight, and it should not swing into a wall, door, or window frame. Think about pets, children, sleeves, cords, vacuum handles, and the path people take through the room. A display can still feel effortless, even when its location was chosen carefully. If direct sun creates intense heat in one place, or a seasonal window becomes much harsher than expected, reconsider the location. Display is not a once and forever decision. Your home changes through the year. Is rotating pieces a good idea? It can be wonderful. Rotation gives each piece room to be seen, reduces crowding, and lets familiar objects feel new again. A small group with breathing room usually tells a clearer story than every favorite competing at once. The fifth habit is thoughtful storage. If a piece will be put away, clean and dry it first. Wrap it so hard surfaces do not rub against one another. Give delicate edges their own space, and avoid placing heavy objects on top. Label the container clearly enough that no one has to unwrap every piece to find the one they want. If the object has a stand or special hanger, store those parts together so the correct support is available when it comes out again. Good storage is not about making a museum archive. It is about preventing the rushed decisions that happen when we cannot remember what is inside a box. There is one more habit, and it may be the most important. Notice the piece while it is with you. Care is not only cleaning and preventing damage. Care is paying attention. Turn the bowl so another color faces the room. Move the ornament where the morning light can reach it. Use the small dish for the object it was meant to hold. Tell someone who made it or why you chose it. A handmade object gathers meaning through ordinary moments. The day it arrived is only the beginning of its story. So living with handmade glass is a partnership between the maker's intention and the owner's attention? That is exactly how I think of it. The maker creates the piece, the owner creates the life around it. This week, choose one handmade object you already own and give it 5 minutes of attention. Dust it. Check its stand. Clear the space around it. Read its care instructions, or simply move it somewhere you will notice it again. You do not need to protect beautiful things from life. You need to make a thoughtful place for them within it. You can find Glassbound Ink, the newsletter, books, handmade creations, and the links mentioned today in the episode notes. This is Stories Made by Hand. I'm Lori Collins. Thank you for spending these minutes with me. Until next time, may the things made with care be met with care, and may they never be too precious to enjoy.